Shortly after his inauguration, President Trump signed executive orders rolling back many regulations. But those executive orders will expire at the end of the Trump administration. Now, conservatives in Congress want to make at least one of those orders permanent. One America's John Hines reports from Washington.
In January of this year, President Trump signed an executive order directing agencies to repeal 2 existing regulations for each new regulation, and to do so in a way that regulatory costs do not increase. Now, the chairman of the House Freedom Caucus hopes to make this temporary executive order permanent.
So the president has an executive order that works now during his administration. We just want to codify it. We think it's great policy going forward. So that would say that for any new regulation, you have to get rid of 2 old ones. And so it actually would do a great job of unleashing the economic power that we have. Ronald Reagan did it back in the early 80s, and we saw the greatest period of prosperity when he actually took the Federal Registry and cut it in half.
And although the House Freedom Caucus has not officially endorsed this legislation being sponsored by its chairman, Meadows nevertheless says the initiative speaks to what the caucus stands for.
We haven't actually taken an official position, the Freedom Caucus, on this, but they are all about rolling back regulations. So it's critically important that we get it done. So I would find that we would have a whole lot of support in the Freedom Caucus for codifying this particular executive order.
Official position or not, the effort is gaining steam amongst conservative activists like Phil Kerpen, president of American Commitment.
This is good process that's kind of been bipartisan, how it's grown over time to have more and more review and oversight of regulations. And under President Trump, it certainly has broken new ground in a very positive way with these new requirements that have been put in. But because these regulatory review requirements have been established by executive order, a future president who didn't like them could reverse them. What this bill from Mark Meadows does, the head of the Freedom Caucus, congressman from North Carolina, is it says, let's codify these requirements into law.
Meadows believes that by permanently requiring agencies to remove unnecessary regulations, conservatives will not only shrink the size of government, but also force agencies to regulate more efficiently and cost effectively. John Hines, One America News, Washington.